What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Doddsy, and this is your sports show for Monday, March 8th, 2021. This is all brought to you by Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto right here in LeGrand. East end of Adams. They've been in business for over 50 years. You can't go wrong. It's the old Wendell's Corner. You got a problem with your car, you need snow tires, take it to JB and the boys, and they'll handle it for you. Got to shake out those Mondays. Let's go. Monday. Let's get them gone. EOU had a big weekend. The indoor track and field team brought back 5 All-Americans. Michelle Herbis and Hunter Nichols in the 1,000 meters. TJ Davis in the pentathlon. Darian Walker in the pole vault. And finally, Alex Cosell in the long jump. Great job, guys. Men's wrestling. 2 All-Americans. Both been on this show. Keegan Mulhill and Noel Orozco. Both cemented All-American status this weekend. That awesome job, guys. Our number 10 in the country women's soccer team got conference play kicked off right with a win over Rocky Mountain at home, CCC opener. Unfortunately, the men dropped their CCC opener at home to Rocky Mountain. Women's basketball at EOU won their home opener this weekend against George Fox. Great job, ladies. Softball split their opener with Warner Pacific. They won 2 and lost 2 over the weekend. Baseball did the same with C of I. They won 2 and lost 2. Let's just keep the momentum going, guys. Let me take a second to just say congratulations, Khaki. Awesome job. 300 wins. Our number 9 ranked in the nation women's volleyball team at EOU brought home another victory and remain undefeated, and it was Khaki's 300th victory. I think they got 2 victories this weekend. Kylie McMurtry set the all-time digs record at EOU. Khaki, Kylie, keep it up. Awesome job, ladies. Awesome job. And finally, why I wore this today, right here. Oh. Why I wore this right here today. EOU women's lacrosse got the first win in program history. Coach P, let's go. Let's go. Yes. My first guest of the day. Like I said, we're going to be targeting more high school kids now that sports are starting up. From your defending state champion, LeGrand High School Tigers, QB1, Peyton Cooper. What's up, Eastern Oregon? This is Doddsy with EOAlive Sports, and I am here with defending state champion, LHS Tiger, QB1, Peyton Cooper. Peyton, what's up?
What up? How you doing?
You got some pretty big shoes to fill this year.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're aware.
Yep.
This season, let's just talk about it right off the bat. What's the motivator? There's no state championship this year. What's motivating Peyton Cooper to play football?
Just playing for my coaches. It's my last year. Playing for my teammates. They need me out there. I need them. Just won last year.
What got you into football originally? Like why Peyton Cooper choose to play football?
Well, my grandpa played in college. My dad played a little bit in college. Just I love the sport, watching the sport, playing it. My first time in Optimus was just amazing, and I loved it. Kept with it.
Is it your favorite sport over baseball even?
I love them both. I can't choose between them. It's hard.
So you've missed some significant time sports-wise before COVID with breaking your left thumb. Well, this bone right here, right? I mean, if we show on the camera, it would be like this.
Yeah.
Right
oh,
yeah, right there.
Right
so you've
there.
broken that twice, right? In the last, 2 years?
I broke my hand and my right thumb in the same, like within 6 months.
And that was right before COVID, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, during COVID, actually.
Oh, was it? So
yeah.
So you haven't played sports in like a year and a half.
No, more like a year.
And your baseball season was cut short from the break this summer.
I broke it first practice.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
So let's get back to football. What made you want to be a quarterback? It's a tough job, man.
Yeah. I love quarterback. I love scrambling around, handing the ball off, reading plays. I don't know. I've always been good at it.
We talked about on Friday. We talked a little bit about part of the role of being a quarterback. And I know you're kind of a shy guy. You don't want the limelight, but when we talked about it, it's a position that you earn for one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, coaches don't just give quarterback to somebody. You have to earn that position. And with that comes the role of leader and voice of the team. And we talked a little bit about that. How are you adjusting to that? I mean, the quarterback senior, you got to be the leader. I mean, there's no choices there. Tell the viewers just kind of how you're adjusting to that, because you're kind of a quiet kid.
Yeah, last year there's 22 seniors. I was always quiet. I was back. Everyone was taking control, all the seniors. But now I have to step up and take control. I'm the leader. A lot of young kids. It's difficult, but I'm learning. I'm getting better. Who
do you like to emulate on the football field? Who's your idol?
Definitely my coaches. I don't know. They work really hard for us kids, and it doesn't really benefit them. They're just doing it for the love of the sport, and so am I. And I'm doing it for my teammates, and so are they.
Well, I mean, it benefits them a little bit. I mean, I'll bet you McElmore walks into a bar in LeGrand, he ain't buying a beer.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, there's a little bit of a benefit to it.
Yeah.
So, but all right, sporting wise, like who do you look up to? Like what athlete? Who's your dude? You don't have one?
No, not really.
You as a kid, you didn't say, I want to be just like Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, well, I was named after Walter Payton, and I read about him a little bit, and he kind of –
Sweetness.
Yeah.
You got a nickname?
No, just Coop, I guess.
Is that what everybody calls you? Just Coop?
Yeah.
Nice. So if you were on an island for the rest of your life, right? You were stranded on an island. You couldn't ever get off of it.
Mm-hmm.
You had to choose between either A, being alone for the rest of your life, or with somebody who never stops talking. Who are you picking? What are you picking? You got to be alone or with somebody that never stops talking.
Probably someone that never stops talking.
Why?
I don't. I'd go crazy being alone. Probably wouldn't survive.
Yeah, definitely. You could shut that person up if you had to, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you figure it out. What about siblings? What do you got for siblings?
I got two sisters, Gwen and Adele.
Two younger sisters, right?
Yep.
I grew up with your dad. I'm a little bit older than he is, but your dad and your grandpa. Actually, I mean, your grandpa refereed, and he at the time, I think he was substituting at the high school, so I've had him for numerous classes. What kind of influence has your dad had on your sporting life? Like
a lot. My dad and my grandpa. They drove me to do everything. They introduced me to all my sports. They took me to all my practices, motivated me, everything. Motivated me to do school. Yeah, they've been a big impact on my life.
Are you going to go to college?
Yeah, I am.
Where are you going to go?
I'm not sure yet. I might go to Yakima Valley for baseball, or I might go to EOU for baseball or football.
Nice. So it's still up in the air, kind of. We're still trying to figure it out. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an X-ray technician. I've been looking into that.
An X-ray tech, huh?
Yeah.
I know a few people that do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad job. It's fairly, it's not real ultra involved. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do too much schoolwork. What is it, a 2-year degree?
Yeah. They have schooling for 2 years in Pendleton I can go to.
Oh, at BMCC?
Yeah.
Nice. What about your goals for football this year? Like, obviously we talked about there's no state championship, but you have to have a goal. I mean, otherwise there's really no point in playing. What would that goal be?
Help my team get wins. Do as much as I can. Complete a lot of passes. Run for as much as I can.
Yeah. I think you guys should run the table, I would imagine. I mean, I think a realistic goal for you guys would be going undefeated as well.
Yeah.
I mean, because what do we got? 5 games total?
Yeah. So
on
far.
The schedule as of now, 4 road games, 1 home game.
Mm-hmm.
You guys kick it off this Friday, right?
Yep.
Where are you guys going this Friday?
Vail.
So you started off in Vail. They're a 3A school, right?
Yeah.
It's that new league where we're combining the 4A and 3A, and then we're taking the records against 4A and the records against 3A. But it doesn't matter because there's no playoffs anyways this year. But at least we'll get kind of a look at it. If Peyton Cooper's on his way to a football game, driving in his car, nobody else is in there, what's on the playlist?
I'm playing my eighth grade playlist.
What is it?
Kind of old songs. Kind of brings me back to being a quarterback in 8th grade. And
what hip hop? What is it? Give me a song.
Yeah, it's a little bit of hip hop, kind of Odell Beckham Jr.'s old highlight songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Bob Seger?
No.
If you go to play football at EOU, you'll get real used to Bob Seger.
Yeah.
I mean, because you walk into a practice at EOU and it sounds like a 70s movies like track list. Seriously, sounds like the soundtrack from like Dazed and Confused.
Mm-hmm.
It's old camp. He's all about that classic rock and Bob Seger, man. So with football, we're gonna have right after football, we're gonna have baseball this year, right?
Yeah, right.
And
after.
It's a trimmed down season. So how much time are you gonna have to practice to get ready for the baseball season? Couple weeks.
Yeah, I think I'd have like a week and a half or something.
And it's right into games.
Right into game, yeah.
And then do you do a winter sport?
No, I just snowboard.
You take the winter off.
Yeah.
You're going to find out if you become a college athlete, you're not going to have any time for snowboarding.
Nope.
That's going to go by the wayside real quick because especially if you're going to think about even doing 2 sports in college. I mean, you're talking about football, maybe baseball. Like,
yeah.
Nah, you ain't going to have no time to be snowboarding. You ain't going to have time to breathe half the time. So with 22 seniors gone, how many seniors are on the team this year? 8?
3.
3?
3 seniors.
Oh, there's only 8 juniors, huh?
Yeah, 8 juniors.
There's only 11 upperclassmen. We had 22 seniors last year.
I know.
That's crazy. So you 3 seniors got a big load to carry. How big was so we'll touch on this real fast. Cornford, he went to into the military. He's not playing.
Yeah.
That was a pretty big loss of a senior and probably one of your friends, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's my cousin, so.
Oh, he's your cousin?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a tough loss for you guys. I mean, you guys have been playing sports together for a while, right?
Yeah, forever. Yeah. Well, he came to school to LeGrand in 5th grade, and we started playing together. And yeah, I introduced him to all my friends, and we've been playing together ever since.
So who are the 3 seniors? You, Jorgensen?
Me? No, Jorgensen's a junior.
Oh, he's a junior. Yeah.
Me, Joe Barnes, and Anton Evans.
Oh, wow. So did you start last year?
Yeah, I started.
Yeah, you start at a different position though, right?
Yeah.
So you're the only returning starting senior, right?
Yep.
Wow. Young team, man. But I still think you guys, I mean, with that system and just your offensive line looks like they're fairly athletic, and that's the type of guys that you need in that kind of offense. You don't need big brutes in that kind of offense on the offensive line. You need guys that are quick and that can move, athletic linemen. And I've only got to see you guys once this year with COVID and everything, but I really pay attention. I judge football teams based on their line because that's where it all starts. I mean, obviously the quarterback's important, but when you look at a team's offensive line, you can tell a lot about them. And it looks like your offensive line is pretty athletic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we haven't been practicing for very long, but our offense looks really good, and our offensive line looks really good. especially our defense too. Looks a lot better than what I was expecting.
Good, because that's what carried that football team last year. I mean, we know that the offense was good, but that defensive front and the linebackers, the defense all around was just absolutely solid last year, and that's going to be tough shoes to fill. I'm going to take a kid that just, we'll pretend that LeGrand is a college for a second, right? Pretend LeGrand is EOU, and I'm the coach, and I put a freshman in front of you, and I want you to recruit them to come play football at LeGrand. What are you going to tell them?
You're a freshman?
Yeah. Why should I play football at LeGrand?
We're a great program. We work hard. We're a family. 6 feet apart now. Family 6 feet apart. They'll strive to make you a better person, help you out.
What about tell me a little bit about Wolcott, because he's like the silent coach. Like, you don't really hear much from that guy. Tell me something about him.
Wolcott, I've known Wolcott me and Wolcott have known each other for a while, and we're pretty close, but Wolcott's a good guy. He's personal with you. He's there for you. He's there for you in school. He's a good coach.
Nice. So if in the future, say camp tells you got to pick football or baseball, what are you going to do?
Play both.
No, hey, I said camp tells you got to pick one or the other. Not saying he would, but just hypothetically speaking.
Probably football. I'd play football.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Football's tough on your body, man.
I know.
Chicks dig the long ball. They like the long ball. So do you like pineapple on pizza?
Depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm really hungry, I'll eat it. But
you don't prefer it.
No, I don't like it. It's just
you don't prefer it.
Prefer it.
So growing up in this valley, what's your favorite thing about Eastern Oregon? Like, well, it might be Wallowa Lake, or it might be Anthony Lakes, or it might be the valley. What's your favorite thing about Eastern Oregon?
Being able to go out in your backyard, going out in the woods, mess around, do whatever you want, pretty much.
So you're a country boy at heart.
Yeah, a little bit.
Me too. I grew up here too. It's the same. Eastern Oregon, LeGrand High School QB1, Peyton Cooper. I'm Dodsey. We appreciate you. We're out. Thank you. I love interviewing high school kids, man. I love it. I love it. Let's just roll right into the next set of interviews. What better day than today, International Women's Day, to have these 9 wonderful young ladies on my show. So I tried to figure out a way. We got 9 women from EOU wrestling going to nationals, 9 of them. So basically I said, I'm going to do a modified interview. Well, here's all 9 of them in its entirety. Enjoy. I'm here with EOU Women's Wrestling National Qualifier, Krystal Fabricante. Krystal, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So let's start off with, what weight do you wrestle at?
I'll be wrestling at 143.
143. So you started your college career at what, 123?
Yes.
So it's just the natural progression of a couple weight classes. And usually you wouldn't ask a woman like what she weighs, you know?
No,
but
yeah.
I've talked to enough college girls wrestlers that I know it's okay to ask.
Yeah, it's pretty natural to us at this point.
Well, you wear it around on your tag, you know, at wrestling events, like, don't you? Or sometimes they write it in like that grease pin on your arm, or
I think that's more for like kids.
Oh,
especially.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice. So what grade are you? You're a junior?
Yes.
And are you a true junior?
No.
So you'll be getting this year of eligibility back, right? So you'll have two more years of eligibility after this.
Yes.
What are you going to school for? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I'm studying physical health and activity with a concentration in pre-physical therapy and exercise science. So hopefully become a physical therapist.
Oh, nice. You want to be a physical therapist. I was a college athlete, and I've had quite a few major injuries, sports injuries. So I spent quite a bit of time with a couple of physical therapists in my life.
No, yeah, and wrestling's such a high physical sport. It's very intense and demanding, and you're always in contact that, anything could happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Would you rather be 10 minutes, all the time? You're either 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early. Which one would you rather be?
20 minutes early.
Atta girl, I like to hear that. Most athletes will say early, but I feel like nowadays, like the kids nowadays, being on time is not near as important as it was like 30, 40 years ago. When I was a kid, if you were late, you were in big trouble. Like my grandpa was a Marine, and if I was late, it was like the end of the world.
Oh, no, yeah, I definitely had that mindset, and, like, I needed to be, like, early because I heard that, 20 minutes is early, 15 to 10 minutes is on time, and on time is late.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's always consequences if you were late.
Absolutely. I like to hear that. So what's your goals for nationals?
For me, just keep moving and do the best that I can. Hopefully that within each match that I can learn something new and hopefully take that lesson into the next match ahead.
All-American?
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, I hope that's everybody's goal.
Oh, yeah, but, we're just taking step by step. Not like it's the ultimate goal, but, like, I definitely want to work my way up there, like taking those steps.
Absolutely. So how many actual matches did you get this year? Not very many, huh?
Two.
Wow. COVID.
Yeah.
COVID. What's the team's goal? You guys are sending 9 girls. So what team-wise, what's your guys' goal at nationals?
I think that since, it's going to be our second tournament of the year, and we haven't seen much of the other teams, so I think we're just going at it, and we're just going to go there and fight and battle out there as much as we can and do the best that we can and hopefully come back after and learn what we need to work on and get ready for the next season as well.
Awesome. I appreciate your time. I'm proud of you girls, man. That's awesome. Or ladies, my bad. You guys are ladies. You aren't girls, you're ladies. And I'm proud of you guys. I really am. I have a soft spot in my heart for wrestling. I quit wrestling in 8th grade, but I love what Azure's doing. I love what Coach Slaberski's doing. I love that whole the when you walk into the wrestling room, there's that culture and that it's a family, and I love that.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with EOU Women's Wrestling National Qualifier, Olivia Robinson. Olivia, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. So what year are you?
I'm a freshman.
You're a true freshman?
I am athletically, academically, I'm considered at the end of my sophomore year.
Yeah, and you guys are going to get this year back too, so you'll be a freshman next year.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it's like the people that are in school right now are going to be like all of them are going to be super seniors if they're athletes, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's crazy. So what weight did you qualify at for wrestling? What weight do you wrestle at?
191 this year.
191. And is that so you guys only got like a couple matches, right? One tournament?
Yeah, one tournament.
Wow. And then now you're just thrown into the national stage. Is that exciting?
Yeah, a little nerve-wracking.
Are you nervous about it?
I think I'm on the right amount of nervous. I'm not too nervous, but I don't, I'm cautious at the same time.
Do they seed you guys? Like, do you go in as a seed in the national tournament?
I assume so. I'm not sure about this year.
They haven't released anything yet.
Not that I know of.
Wow, that's interesting. So you don't know who you're going to wrestle in the first round yet. I mean, it's just kind of
Nope.
one of those, like, you just show up and wrestle and hopefully you place an All-American.
That's the plan.
You got to get top 8 for All-American?
It might be top 6 at nationals. I'm not sure. I know I did Fargo and it was top 8 there.
Did you? Okay. How'd you get into wrestling?
I joined a friend at like the beginning of high school, and then the coach that was in the high school, middle school area took me down to a club, and I've been doing it ever since.
Is that the only sport you played in high school?
No, I've been playing basketball and soccer since I could walk.
So you're a 3-sporter. Well, you can't play basketball and wrestle in high school, though.
Well, I did, but that's because I couldn't wrestle during the normal season, and so I played basketball in the winter, and then I wrestled in the spring and summer with my club.
Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of everybody else, and why?
I think I'd like to see everyone else's, because I'm kind of a people person, and I think seeing more than one kind of future can impact your own in general.
Do you guys all hang your pictures on lights like that, or are you in the same house as your teammate?
Oh, I have a roommate, but some people do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed like a bunch of college, especially girls, athletes, that they have the pictures on the light stream. It must be a popular thing. So let's end it like this for you. What's your goal at nationals?
I mean, just really wrestle like I do in the practice room. I have a habit of kind of selling myself short when I hit tournaments. I mean, I got nothing to prove to anyone else but myself, so just leaving it out on the mat and being happy with what I do on the mat when I leave.
Awesome. Let's get All-American. Let's get national championship. I mean, what other goal would there be? I mean, honestly, like, well, I'm an athlete. Well, I was an athlete. I'm old now, but I played college baseball, and the only goal is to win, right? I mean, I would hope.
I mean, yeah, you want to win, but you want to also give yourself a good reputation. I still want to represent where I come from and where I might go, and you don't necessarily have to win to represent yourself the right way. So
good answer. This is freshman Olivia Robinson. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
The next national qualifier for the EOU women's wrestling team is Dempsey Tackington. Is that how you say it? Tackington?
Talkington, yeah.
Talkington, like you're talking.
Yep.
Got it. And what year are you, Dempsey?
I'm a junior.
Like a true junior?
Yes.
So, and where'd you come from? What high school?
I am from Riverview High School. It's in a little small town outside of Kennewick in Tri-Cities.
How'd you get to EOU?
Honestly, cheap tuition.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know you were going to wrestle when you got here?
Yes. That was also a deciding factor. And it was just kind of like the cheapest school that wanted me. And I was like, all right, it's close to home. Why not?
And who recruited you?
Actually, Dustin, he's the men's coach. We didn't have a women's coach at the time. And then Walter, our co-coach, he stepped in shortly after.
Has Walt been up there with you guys this year?
Yes. Yeah. Him and Carlene do a good job of switching off.
I love Walt, man. Walt's a good dude. He's a great wrestling coach too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he took LeGrand to state championship last year.
Yeah.
He was the assistant coach, but I mean, for the wrestling team, Clell's kind of the face and Walt's kind of the workhorse.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely a intense individual when it comes to wrestling.
Oh, yes.
I think that might be his cop background.
Yeah. Definitely comes through.
Yeah, definitely. So what weight do you wrestle at?
155.
155. Is that a tough weight class for women's wrestling?
I think so. I see a lot of the taller girls there. And then, you have a lot that cut down from the heavier weights, but it's some strong girls.
Yeah, because traditionally, like 155 to like 185 for men is like the toughest weight classes because there's so many dudes that weigh that much.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is for women's. I've never coached women's or wrestled women's wrestling, but I would assume that it's got to be right at the top of the, where there's just a ton of girls that wrestle at that weight.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us.
All right, so would you rather have an easy job working for someone else or have to work your butt off for yourself?
I feel like it would be more rewarding to like work for myself and have it be tough because like at the end of the day, you only want to better yourself, and I would rather, do something that means a lot to me rather than just like take the easy out.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm going to school to be a dentist.
A dentist?
Yes.
A full on. Oh, I couldn't do it. There's a couple. I could not mess with people's feet or their mouths. No.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's a dental hygienist, and she tells me stories, and I'm just like, how do you stand with like looking in somebody's mouth all day?
For sure. Yeah.
No, couldn't do it. So what's your goals for nationals?
Honestly, just do better than I did last year. I took 7th at WCWAs, and I really want to just see if I can, how far I can go and do better than that and represent EOU.
You said 7th last year?
Yeah, WCWAs.
What's that? What's WCWAs?
So that was the before we got sanctioned in NAIA, that's where the collegiate girls wrestled. And so
Okay.
they kind of did this weird thing where we had 2 nationals. But I'm assuming COVID didn't allow for that this year.
Right. And was 7th place good enough for All-American?
Yes.
So top 8?
Yep, top 8. Make it to the second day.
So you're an All-American wrestler.
Yes.
Well, don't be bashful, be proud. I mean, that's a pretty if you could put All-American in front of your name, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So your goals this year, I mean, I'm assuming All-American.
Yes.
And what about the team? What do you guys want to do as a team?
This year, I think I just want to see everyone go out there, compete to the best of their ability. It's going to be a weird year with this being kind of, only the second tournament. I just really want to see everyone go out and wrestle tough and give it all they got.
Well, I'm cheering for you guys. Eastern Oregon, EOU Women's Wrestling's Dempsey Tackington. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, EOU Women's Wrestling's National Qualifier, Anjelynn Barron. Is that right? Anjelynn
Yes.
Barron?
Yes.
Do you have a nickname, or does everybody just call you Angie, or do they call you like
Yeah,
something?
or Ange.
Ange?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. The weather's nice. The weather is spectacular. How'd you get
Yeah.
into wrestling?
Well, I first started off like with my brother, so like my stepdad got us into wrestling. And then yeah, I just did it ever since I was little.
Did you play other sports in high school?
In high school, I also did judo.
Judo? They have high school judo in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Really? That's quite a bit different than wrestling. I mean,
Yeah. It has
there are some
similar.
similar things.
Yeah.
So basically, combat sports is your thing. Do you want to do something with combat sports after college?
I'm not too sure yet.
Do you like
I
getting
don't
hit in the face?
Wait, what?
Do you like getting hit in the face?
No.
So MMA is out of the question.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I always ask somebody. If you like getting hit in the face, you're probably good at MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't like getting hit in the face, then you probably shouldn't do MMA, right? I mean, at
Yeah.
least what I would think, because they hit each other in the face a lot. But so, what are you going to school for?
I want to be a nutritionist.
A nutritionist, nice. And that. So, what degree are you pursuing at EOU?
I'm majoring in health and human performance with a concentration in exercise science.
Nice. What weight do you wrestle at?
I wrestle at 123.
123. Do we have multiple qualifiers in the same weight?
I think I'm the only one in 123.
Only one in 123. And you are, what year are you?
I'm a sophomore academically.
What about eligibility?
Freshman, I guess you could say. I didn't wrestle last year.
So you came to EOU, but you didn't wrestle and got recruited on to wrestle at EOU?
Well, last year I was wrestling, but then I got injured, so then I didn't.
Oh, okay. So you redshirted.
Yes.
Nice. So you'll have all your eligibility even after this year.
Yes.
Wow, isn't that crazy? Like when we sit down and we think about it, like there's some kids that are going to end up having like 8 seasons. 8 years
Yeah.
of sports. It's crazy. Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music or be forced to sing along every time you hear music?
Dance.
Dance?
Yeah.
What's on your playlist?
A lot of early 2000s music,
Like hip hop?
R&B.
R&B? Give me a song.
I don't know. I like to listen to Fergie.
Fergie?
Yeah.
Like Fergie Black Eyed Peas or Fergie after Black Eyed Peas?
Just Fergie after.
So just Fergie.
Mhm.
Nice. What are your goals at Nationals?
Just to like go out there and wrestle hard, just leave it all on the mat.
No, you don't have any goal to like All-American or
I mean, that would be nice, but right now, I don't know, with the season, I just want to like go out there and do my best.
tell me real fast how COVID has affected your mental health, like just how your well-being during this shutdown, this pandemic.
Well, for me, last term, I like flew home for spring break and then like all my flights got canceled and I couldn't like come back. But it was like pretty easy for me because I have a lot of siblings, so like they just kept me going.
Nice, good. And you guys leave on Wednesday, and you have a day to what? Just kind of prepare and do your thing.
Yeah. So we leave early Wednesday morning, and then I believe we have like Thursday to get some workouts in.
Nice. And with COVID, is there anything like special about the travel? Like, are you flying?
Yeah, we are.
You're flying, and obviously we'll have. There's going to be some stipulations around that with social distancing. I like to call it personal distancing because I don't think we should ever distance ourselves socially. I think we should stay in touch socially. I think physically we should distance ourselves, but not socially. I don't know where that name ever came from.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Anyways, Eastern Oregon, this is sophomore, right? Sophomore, Anjelynn Barron, national qualifier from the EOU women's wrestling team. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Eastern Oregon, I'm here with EOU women's wrestling national qualifier, Macy Higa. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Wow, I nailed that one. I didn't even try. Macy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. You're from the same high school as Anjelynn.
Yes.
And that's what, Roosevelt? Is that what it was?
Yes, Roosevelt High School.
In Honolulu, Hawaii. How'd you end up at EOU?
I actually just did like a search for colleges that offered wrestling, mainly on the west coast of the US because I wanted to go away for school, but I didn't want to be super far away from home. And then I just got to visit and I really liked the school and the area, and I got to meet Dustin and I really liked him. So yeah.
Yeah, he's easy to get along with. He's
Yeah.
a good dude. So what's your favorite thing about this area? It's quite a bit different than Hawaii.
Yeah, very. I think probably the thing that I like the most is just how close together everything is and how small the campus is. I think it just makes getting around easier in general, and it feels safer somewhat not being like in a really big city.
What year are you?
I am a third year. I'm a junior.
So you're a junior. Eligibility wise?
Yes.
So you'll get your junior status back next year.
Yes.
And what weight do you wrestle at?
130.
Wow, we got people all over the board. Why wrestling?
I started judo when I was really little, and then when I was in middle school, I was visiting the high school's judo team, and the wrestling and judo programs at pretty much all of the high schools in Hawaii are really they like work together. They're kind of connected. So the wrestling coach talked to me and another one of my friends and was like, "You guys should come out and try wrestling." And so I was just like, okay. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but here I am.
Have you ever had to wrestle a boy in a match?
No, not in a match.
No. So that's one of the things that's newer is because of the advancements in women's wrestling, there's not as much girls ladies having to wrestle boys and men. I'll add this in. I told Erin when I had her on my show. I think like especially like younger kids, like middle school and high school kids like there's no they don't have business, like guys don't have business wrestling girls in my eyes at that age because of the intimacy level of wrestling, and that's the only reason why. Like you got two kids that are going through puberty and one's a boy and one's a girl, they probably shouldn't be wrestling each other in my eyes. And that's why I'm so appreciative and so happy that women's wrestling has advanced to the point now where we can have girls wrestling girls, and it evens the playing field as well, I think, which is awesome. It's so awesome that you guys have this opportunity. Would you rather have all of your clothes fit you like perfectly, or would you rather have the most comfortable bed, pillows, blanket in the world?
Ooh. I'd probably say the most comfortable bed, just because I value my sleep a lot. And I think, at least personally, for clothes, I don't think there's any one way that I like them to fit. So
nice. I like that answer. I would pick the same thing. What are your goals? What's your goals at nationals?
I think in general, just to go out and wrestle to the best of my ability. Last year was kind of rough for me, and so I think just getting back into competition has been interesting, and especially not having any other tournaments has made it, for me, I'm more nervous going into this one. And becoming an All-American would be nice, but we'll see what happens.
Good. I'll be rooting for you guys, man. I'm a huge fan of everything EOU. I love what Dustin's doing. I love what Coach Slabirski's doing. I think it's awesome, and I can't wait until we get an actual season and we can get some fans in there and people can cheer you guys on, because I think that I honestly think that that's a huge part of especially college athletics. Your friends, your other teams from the school being in the stands cheering you on, and we haven't got that. I mean, you guys only had one tournament all year, and and now you're getting thrown on the national stage. So it's one of those things where it's like you look at it, it's a great opportunity. It really is. I mean, even if you didn't have a lot of matches during the year, you're going to see probably the best wrestlers, girl wrestlers, NAIA-wise in the country. And that'll be a good determinant for where you guys need to start at next year. And I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. Eastern Oregon, EOU Women's Wrestling Junior, Macy Higa. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
I'm here with EOU Women's Wrestling National Qualifier, Nayeli Maston. Nayeli, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm excited.
You got that giggle going on because I'm butchering your name, huh?
Yeah.
And there's two of you. Like, really? You guys are going to throw two at me with the same name?
Nayeli.
Did you guys know each other?
Not before.
Oh, wow. That's weird. That's crazy. Do you have a nickname?
No. I mean, at home, I guess I was called Nayeli Belly, but I don't know if that counts.
What about like Naya or something like that? A little bit shorter? No?
No.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to practice. So what year are you?
I'm a freshman.
Straight up freshman? True freshman?
Yep.
Where'd you come from?
Southern California, Walnut High School.
What town is that in?
Walnut. City of Walnut. Yeah.
Oh, I'm from Southern California. I went to college there too. I grew up in San Diego, and then I went to Riverside Community College. Is Walnut anywhere near either of those?
No, it's by San Dimas. My dad
okay.
worked at Long Beach. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So what got you into wrestling?
My cousins wrestled, so I remember going to a couple of their home duels, and I thought it was so cool. So I joined a club, and I joined again in high school, and I love it. I love everything about it. Working out, competing. Yeah.
Did Azure recruit you, or was Coach Slabirski already here?
No, Michael Ayala. He was at one of my tournaments, and we spoke.
Okay, so Ayala was the one that was down there and recruited you here.
Yeah.
What's your so being a Southern California kid, What's your favorite thing about Eastern Oregon?
The animals, yeah, like all the deer. I think that's so cool. And all the squirrels, like they're right there. They're so close. Yeah.
Have you been out like on the highway and seen the elk or the pronghorn?
Oh, I just know them as deer.
Oh, there's big herds of elk out in the valley. I mean, if you go out hunter, the elk will feed down in the fields down there. You can stop and check them out. And then if you go out like towards Union Cove, there's a big herd of pronghorn out there, antelope. And we didn't have those pronghorn in this valley until just recently, because when I was a kid, they were not here.
Yeah, I want to pet them. They're so cute.
I don't think you can pet. I mean, I don't think they'll let you get close enough to pet them. I think you might have to go for a petting zoo for that. So what's your goals at Nationals?
Nationals, I feel like Nationals, it's my first big tournament. Like I went to state in high school, but I didn't go to Fargo or high school nationals. So right now, I would say I'm more excited than nervous to wrestle, because usually I'm like shaking, but I'm just excited, especially like with COVID happening. I missed out I miss competing, so now I'm just gonna go out there and just have fun. I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself, but definitely take it one match at a time.
You guys have only had one tournament this year, right? Leading up till this?
Yeah, it was several weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago.
But just because you've only had one tournament doesn't mean you haven't been working your butt off.
No, yeah, definitely. We've still been having practice, still maintaining weight. So yeah.
What weight do you wrestle at?
I'm going 155s.
I never would ask a woman what weight she is, except for if they're a wrestler or a combat sports person. Do you have any like aspirations after college to do anything in the sports world?
In the sport?
Yeah, like do you want to keep wrestling, fighting, anything like that?
No, I after college I'm going to be a veterinarian in the Army. So yeah.
Oh, you're gonna go in the Army after school?
Yeah.
Nice. Would you rather that every shirt you put on for the rest of your life makes you itch, or you could only use one ply toilet paper for the rest of your life? Which one? You gotta pick one.
One ply. Because you could just build it up, It'll take time.
Nice. Good answer. So Nationals, you guys leave Wednesday. It's in North Dakota. Mm-hmm. It starts on Friday. People will be able to watch you guys, pay attention to what you're doing on track wrestling. I appreciate your time. Eastern Oregon. You go ahead and you say your name. Eastern Oregon, this is
Nayeli Maston.
EOU Women's Wrestling National Qualifier. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with EOU Women's Wrestling Qualifier, Nayeli. Is that close?
Yeah,
go ahead,
sure.
say it for me. You say it then. I want to hear you say it.
Nayeli.
Flores. Did I say that good? Yeah. Nailed it. So you qualified for nationals. You guys only had one wrestling tournament this year. Let's start you off with what's your goals at nationals? What do you want to accomplish?
I guess one of my goals would be at least win at least one match over there. I mean, not trying to put pressure on myself or anything, but kind of want to do good.
I'm a firm believer, like in college athletics, you guys work hard for it. So my goal for each and every one of you is All-American. I want to see 9 All-Americans come back to EOU. Not to put pressure on you or anything, but I think you guys work your butts off and you deserve it. How did you end up at EOU?
Ayala just kind of recruited me when I went to a tournament. He just talked to me.
You're what year?
Freshman.
Straight up freshman, true freshman?
Yeah.
Oh, where are you from?
Walla Walla, Washington.
Aurora, Washington?
No, Walla Walla.
Oh, Walla Walla. Nice. Walla Walla. Good. I know a few dudes from Walla Walla. My pitching coach in high school was from Walla Walla. So we talked about your national goals. And what got you into wrestling? Like what's the driving force? We lost your audio.
Oh, I just asked like, how did I start wrestling, or like what got me into wrestling kind of thing.
Yeah, what got you into wrestling?
My older brother, he started wrestling his senior year, and he told me that it was a sport that I could be pretty good at, and that I would like. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try, and then I'm here now.
Do you have other siblings or just one brother?
I have 2 younger sisters.
2 younger sisters. Are you the talkative one on the team?
No.
It's okay. I'm trying to make you as comfortable as possible. So when we talk about school, what are you going to school for?
Psychology.
Psychology. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Leading towards a therapist.
Like a straight. You want me to come in and say, "Here's my problems," and you want to help me find a way to fix them.
Pretty much.
Nice. So if would you rather be able to only use a fork or a spoon? Like if you had to choose one, you can't use the other one the rest of your life. You can only use a fork or you can only use a spoon. Which one?
Would be a spoon.
A spoon? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Your audio cut out again. Start that answer over.
Also, I could still eat cereal, and then my mom's pozole and menudo and all that good stuff. You need a spoon for that.
What's on your playlist right now?
My
Give me
playlist?
one song off your playlist.
One song off my playlist.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
ADHD by Kendrick.
It's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Grand Theft Auto 5 too. The video game. That's where I first heard it. I was playing with my son and I heard it and I was like, oh, that's a good song. I'm gonna have to listen to that. So we talked about your goals. You're a true freshman. You're gonna get this year back. So you have another 4 years of eligibility. Do you plan on sticking it out and riding it all the way through?
Well, that's my plan.
What weight do you wrestle at?
Well, I'm going 109.
109. Do we have any girls or ladies? Let me rephrase that. Do we have any ladies on the team that are wrestling at the same weight? Like, do we have multiple qualifiers at the same weight?
I want to say Lisa is at my weight, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So you guys leave Wednesday. It's go time. I mean, let's go. Let's get that All-American status. I think that each one of you deserve it. Like I said, Eastern Oregon. She is. What's your name?
Nayeli. Flores.
I'm Dempsey. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Eastern Oregon. I am here with EOU Women's Wrestling National Qualifier Lisa Megargee. Lisa, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. What got you into wrestling? You're a LeGrand native, right?
Yes, I am. I did leave and came back.
You left and came back. What got you into wrestling?
Well, it was all by accident.
Accident?
Yeah. I had no intention. I know nothing about wrestling. And I was I decided to go back to school, and I was fighting fire with a retired teacher here locally, and he just fights fire every once in a while using his water tender. And he knew me and my sisters he knew my sisters.
Are you gonna name drop or what?
Mr. Hislop.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's like, you know him well?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey, they're bringing women's wrestling. And you should try it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I know nothing about wrestling. No. That's crazy. He's like, yeah, but you're strong and you can handle it. You should just try it. They need women. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll see. I don't know. So I was like, oh, what the heck? I went and talked to the coaches, and they're like, what is this girl doing? And I'm like, hey, I don't want to waste your time, but I want to give it a try. And I ended up being a good fit. But at one point, I thought they were going to push me away from the team, because then they referred me to Coach Welch on the track team.
And field.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, am I that bad at wrestling? I was like, I don't want to run. And they're like, no, you should, if you're trying to get scholarships, since we didn't recruit you, yeah, try both. And I'm like, okay.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna?
And that's when I did either my first year, and then the next year I did cross country, and then I ended up tearing my knee. So I've had 3 knee surgeries. So I kind of had to postpone. I wrestled on a torn knee, and then I had to wait for track. So it's been kind of an off and back and forth season with all 3 sports.
So I'm sure you're familiar with the name Carly Coffey then, because she's very similar.
Oh yeah,
to you.
no, but that's a person that likes to run.
Yeah,
And
but she's also a person that came back to school,
right.
As in later adulthood and took on
Right.
athletic career and just killed it.
Right.
So
Yeah. She's
what's your goal?
awesome at running.
Nationals. What's your goal?
Nationals. I mean, you got to be kidding me. I have to make All-American. I mean, that's always been my goal every time I went. Even though I don't have the experience, I don't care. I mean, if you work hard and you bounce back from your mistakes and you just keep grinding, it's possible.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to put your mind into it. But competitively speaking, that's stuff I've struggled with, because it's once you start learning more, then you have different worries, And
you gotta put on that killer mask.
Yeah, and I'm not like really aggressive. I mean, maybe verbally, but like physically, like I could verbally wreck you, but physically, I'm like, this is, it's different. It's a different sport. I have high respect for the sport and all these ladies. It's one of the toughest sports I've ever done.
Oh, I've been around it. I've seen it. I know.
And there's so much to learn. It's just nonstop. I'm impressed.
Yeah. So once COVID's done, I have an agreement. Like I committed to this with Azure. I have to be an EOU wrestler for a day, from the very beginning of the day to the very end of the day, and that's probably going to kill me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm not in very good shape.
And those are probably my best days that I was in shape was when he was coaching us, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no matter what,
the
the coaches are going to work you, but that was my fittest time was with him, for sure.
What weight do you wrestle at?
I was doing 101 because no one would do it. And so competitively, it was a competitive advantage for me. And I'm a unique body frame. I'm petite, but longer. So
how tall are you?
I'm 5'4", so I'm tall for that weight class.
5'4" and you're 101?
But I'm really petite. So, and it's just my genetic build. I don't hold a lot of mass. And then especially if we're not in the weight room enough, that just wrecks me. I need to lift weights. So I could cut down to that weight because I can grind and I can sweat. But, man, it wrecks you.
Yeah.
But your body ends up kind of adjusting to it, and so it's not as bad. You just have your days. You're like, oh, God, this sucks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, you're not going to die.
Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions or tattoos all over your body depicting everything that you did the day before?
What in the world did you just say?
I said, would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions or tattoos all over your body that depicts what you did the day before? Everything that you did the day before.
No tattoos.
So so when you're pissed, you're going to be red. When you're happy, you're going to be purple.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah.
All right. Rather than tattoos. You don't want people to know what you did yesterday.
Know what I'm doing. No.
So did you you graduated from LHS in what, 04 or something like that?
Oh, come on. Why are you saying this out loud?
Well,
it's 2004.
2004.
I did leave.
I'm way older than you, so I could say that.
Well,
I graduated from LHS in 97.
Yeah, but you're not a geriatric
You probably know my mom.
athlete. Maybe.
My mom's Pam Dodds.
Oh.
That's my mother.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's my mom.
Small town.
Cool.
Stuff.
So you got, obviously the goals nationals we're pushing, and we leave on Wednesday.
But I'm 109. So this year I'm 109.
You're wrestling 109.
Yeah, every year I've been 101, and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing 109.
Have you been to nationals every year before this? How many times?
Okay, so this is, I don't know if I should say this, but the way it works with women's wrestling before NAIA, and we're still anyone can go based on at the coach's discretion and how many matches you've made. So yes, I've been. What
was your best finish before this year?
I don't really know what
you haven't podiumed yet.
In my no, I haven't been on the podium. I've had close calls, but like since I'm so new to wrestling, it's not as it's not reactionary to me. And I got to flow through my moves, and then I'll do really well, and then I'll make one dumb mistake, and it just collapses everything,
Well,
even if I'm ahead.
Let's get on the podium this year.
I have to.
Let's do it.
Technically,
go ahead.
Technically, this is doesn't count as a season for anybody.
So you'll get one more year back if you can find.
If I wanted to go to Masters, but I'm like, oh god, that ain't it. Yeah.
Eastern Oregon. She's EOU Women's National Qualifier, Lisa Megargee. Thank you. Appreciate you. Eastern Oregon, I am here with EOU Women's Wrestling National Qualifier, Erin Redford. She's been on my show before. We had a nice conversation, talked EOU Women's Wrestling, and you basically already know why she came to EOU. So let's dive into something different here. Your wrestling career. So this year in particular, nothing like it, right? I mean, with COVID, you only wrestled one tournament all year.
Right.
Like mentally, physically, are you prepared? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, that's the weird thing is I feel like Nayeli was saying before, I'm really excited to compete, obviously, because we haven't competed in a really long time. But yeah, I'm not really feeling the nerves as much as I would have before, and there's not as much buildup, and I don't know, everything's been super iffy, so it's been really weird to prepare myself, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's just a weird situation for everybody. It really is. I mean, it's unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. I mean, ever.
Mm-hmm.
So with nationals, you wrestled. I'm assuming they kind of did it like they did for the guys.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much the same?
Yeah.
Like they looked at last year, this year, and just kind of left it up to the coaches based on performance and practice who's going to go?
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, based off last year, that's what I'd say.
And you what weight are you at again, wrestling wise?
43.
143. And your matches this year, who is the person that you're wrestling going to be at nationals?
Person that I'm wrestling.
Oh, the person that you wrestled this year in the tournament, or the people that you wrestled. Are they going to be at nationals as well?
In the previous tournament?
Yeah, you guys wrestled in one tournament this year, right?
Yeah.
Are those people going to be at nationals that you wrestled at that tournament?
Yeah, they should be if they qualified.
Did you beat them?
Yeah.
You said that like I'm crazy.
Undefeated.
For even asking. I kind of like that. So what's your goal? What's your goal for nationals?
Always national champ. Hopefully do my best. Nothing less.
I like that. I think we talked about that last time. I'm a firm believer, like if you're gonna wrestle, or if you're gonna compete at the collegiate level, right? In my eyes, there's no other goal. I mean, it's win.
Exactly.
I mean, have good sportsmanship, be a good person first. But the ultimate goal is you want to be on the highest piece of that podium.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, well, yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, I want, and like I said before, I want to see each and every one of you ladies bring home an All-American. I mean, that would be so cool. We had two of the guys this last weekend, Noel and Keegan, All-American. And then we had 5 indoor track athletes All-American. Let's just keep adding to that list, you know?
Yeah.
On the show previously, we talked about what you want to do when wrestling's over. Let's retouch on that. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'll probably do some opens after, but for the most part, I think I want to just stick to coaching and giving back to the sport, growing women's wrestling, you know?
And you're a junior?
Yeah.
Eligibility-wise, a junior as well?
Well, I'm supposed to be a senior, but when I transferred, I lost a bunch of credits. So I'm still a junior right now, and like Lisa said before, we get this year back. So
you got two more years of wrestling after this.
Exactly.
What was your degree going to be in again?
Communication and outdoor recreation.
Nice. Would you rather live without internet or live without heating and air conditioning?
Without internet.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
I think I would take away the AC and the heat. Although I really appreciate air conditioning.
Yeah.
I don't really care about heat. I can put blankets on. I'm already warm as it is, but the internet, man, that I think that's the most important tool in the world right now. Like, really.
Well, if without internet you can't go anywhere else to get internet, it's just
No, you don't get internet anymore at all.
I don't know, because heating an AC is just like the fastest way to make me super angry is if I'm super hot or super cold. So
Are you generally a cold person or a hot person?
Well, my body temperature is generally hot, but I when I go to bed, I like my room to be super cold, everything to be super cold.
Me too. Absolutely. I want it to be like 40 degrees in there. I want to have to use a blanket.
Yeah. Exactly.
So in the summertime, are you sticking around here or are you going home?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around here. We actually just bought a house, so start trying to house flip, house hack.
Are you married?
No.
You just bought a house on your own?
Well, my family.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm living
that's
with
cool.
Now, so.
Nice. Do you have a job?
No, not yet.
Just school and athletics. I like that.
Yep.
Good. Eastern Oregon. She's EOU Women's National Qualifier. Erin Redford. I appreciate your time, Erin.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice. I love it. I love doing these interviews, talking with these athletes. Let's go, ladies. Let's make Eastern Oregon proud at Nationals. Kick some butt. Let's go. Like I said, we got to shake these Mondays out. Our streaming schedule. Today at 5 o'clock, JV football at home versus Nissa. Live streamed right here on Eastern Oregon Alive TV, the LeGrand School District website, and the LeGrand High School Athletics and Activities page. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., we will be live streaming varsity girls soccer against Ontario. Same places. And finally, Friday at 4 p.m., we will be live streaming the boys soccer varsity game against Baker. 5 p.m. right here. Same places. Check it out. This is all brought to you by Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto right here in LeGrand. Rockin' Sons. Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto right here in LeGrand. Get down there and see JB and the boys. You need snow tires? They got them. You need your radiator fixed? They can do it. You need your oil change? They can do it. One of the most trusted businesses in the town. I would trust JB with my kids. If that isn't enough right there, then I don't know what is. Eastern Oregon, I appreciate you. That's all I got. Monday. Dodsy, and I'm out.